What if true greatness isn't something you're born with, but something you build? What if the most powerful emperor in Rome once wrestled with the same inner battles you face each day? And what if his ancient wisdom could quietly reshape your life, starting today? Picture this, not just dreaming about greatness, but actually living it. Now imagine Marcus Aurelius, yes, the Roman emperor, ruling an empire while silently wrestling with inner chaos. Though history remembers him as wise and resolute, he wasn't born that way. Marcus, just like you and me, faced doubts, pressure, and pain. But through it all, he chose to shape himself, one decision at a time. His story isn't just a page in a dusty old book. It's a mirror, a reflection of our modern struggles, the noise of the world, the pull of temptation, the moments when it's easier to quit than persist. Marcus didn't inherit greatness. He earned it through the constant forging of his character. So, how did he do it? Through Stoicism, a philosophy not about controlling others but mastering yourself. It teaches restraint over reaction, clarity over chaos, purpose over passivity. Today, we dive deep, not just into Marcus's life, but into the practical wisdom you can live out right now. Wisdom that empowers you to face challenges with strength and grace. Are you ready to unlock a kind of greatness that is uniquely, authentically yours? 1. Pursue excellence. Marcus Aurelius, a name now tied to strength and serenity, wasn't born embodying those traits. His Stoic power was sculpted patiently and persistently through everyday choices. The lesson: greatness is not a gift, it's a decision. Each morning when light spills across your room, you stand at a crossroad. Will you retreat back into comfort or rise with a clear purpose? Marcus chose the second path. That's where your pursuit of excellence begins too. And no, it's not about scaling mountains or achieving the impossible daily. It's in the small decisions, listening more than speaking, choosing patience over irritation in traffic, resisting the pull of endless scrolling, to stay focused on your true goals. These choices might feel insignificant, but like drops filling a jar, they add up. That's how Marcus did it. Not with grand leaps, but with steady, intentional steps. Embrace this rhythm. Understand that each day is another chance, not for perfection, but for progress. This journey isn't easy, but its reward is a life of inner power, clarity, and meaning, much like the Stoic emperor who continues to inspire us centuries after his final breath. And what sustained Marcus on this path? What grounded his actions and sharpened his wisdom? It was the quiet discipline of daily reflection. Let's explore how this one simple habit can completely reshape your inner world. So as Marcus Aurelius teaches us, true greatness begins with the discipline of daily choices. But what happens when our choices are challenged by the people around us? Life constantly throws people into our path. Some bring joy, others test our patience. Each one plays a unique role in the vast drama of existence. Marcus Aurelius, a true master of Stoic thought, understood this deeply. Rather than reacting with frustration, he practiced acceptance, a conscious decision to embrace the diversity of human nature. This mindset, though ancient, is more relevant now than ever in our fast-paced, reactive world. Imagine encountering someone who irritates you. Maybe it's their tone, their attitude, or just the energy they carry. Instead of instantly reacting with anger or annoyance, Marcus would suggest, pause. Take a breath. Consider this. Perhaps they are not a problem to fix, but a part of the human mosaic you're meant to observe, not control. Think of it like a puzzle. Some pieces don't seem to fit at first glance, but step back and you see. Each shape has its place, even the jagged ones. Similarly, acceptance doesn't mean approval. It means acknowledgement. You're not agreeing with their behavior. You're simply choosing peace over turmoil, and that choice is powerful. By accepting others as they are, you liberate yourself from the endless cycle of judgment. You reclaim mental space, emotional energy. Imagine how much lighter your day could feel if you weren't emotionally entangled with every difficult personality you met. This, Marcus believed, is not passive surrender, it's active wisdom. A firm decision to protect your inner calm, no matter how stormy the world outside becomes. And remember, we all play many roles. You may find someone's behavior challenging today, just as someone else might struggle with yours tomorrow. Recognizing this shared human fragility builds empathy. It reminds us that we're all just trying to make sense of this world, each with our flaws and peculiarities. By embracing this rich variety of human character, we don't just grow in patience, we deepen our understanding of what it truly means to be human. This practice, rooted in Stoicism, is a quiet but powerful key to emotional freedom. But what about those moments when frustration boils over? Not because of people, but because of circumstances. Let's step into another timeless lesson from Marcus, the power of refraining from complaint. Now that we've explored the power of accepting others and letting go of complaints, it's time to turn inward, toward the space where your focus either flourishes or gets buried under clutter. Picture your mind as a room, crowded, chaotic, filled with scattered objects that represent your daily tasks, desires, and endless distractions. Now, let's bring in Marcus Aurelius. Imagine him standing in that room with you, calmly observing the mess, not to judge, but to guide. His advice? Start decluttering, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. The next step on the path to greatness is clarity, and clarity begins with elimination. Take a moment to reflect on your typical day. How much of what you do truly moves your life forward? How many of your commitments are just noise, like trinkets collecting dust on forgotten shelves? Marcus would urge you to ask a bold question again and again. Is this essential? This isn't about being heartless. It's about being intentional. It's about respecting your time, your energy, and your purpose. When you say yes to everything, you end up committing to nothing deeply. But when you begin to strip away the non-essential, something incredible happens. Your focus sharpens, your progress accelerates, your confidence grows. Suddenly, you're no longer scattered. You're no longer trying to do everything for everyone. You become laser-focused, directing your energy only where it matters most. And in today's world of constant pings, pop-ups, and pull you in every direction demands, this level of focus isn't just useful, it's a superpower. Doing less doesn't mean doing nothing. It means choosing what deserves your best. Every time you say no to a distraction, you're saying yes to your purpose. So the challenge is this: can you become ruthlessly selective in the pursuit of what truly matters? 6. Practice gratitude and virtue. Now that your life is becoming more focused, let's enrich it with something deeper: gratitude and virtue. Think of your life as a painting. Without these two, it's mostly shades of gray. But gratitude and virtue, they bring color, warmth, meaning. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending everything's perfect. It means looking closely, especially in hard times, and finding even the smallest things to be thankful for. A warm cup of coffee on a cold morning, a smile from a stranger, a moment of stillness after chaos. Think of it like a treasure hunt in the dark. The world may seem heavy, but there's always a hidden gem if you choose to look. And then there's virtue, living by values even when the world pushes you to bend or break. In a culture that often encourages compromise for convenience, standing firm in honesty, kindness, or courage is nothing short of revolutionary. Every challenge is an opportunity to exercise your inner strength, your moral muscles. You may not win every time, but with each effort, you grow closer to becoming the person you truly admire. It's not about applause. It's not about praise. It's about walking away from each day knowing, I stayed true. So paint your life boldly, with gratitude in your heart and virtue in your actions. It's not always easy, but it will always be worth it. Because that's the path to authentic greatness, step by deliberate step. And what fuels this steady growth? What keeps the fire of purpose burning even when the world grows cold? Marcus had a simple answer. Never stop learning. Let's see how that principle shaped his life and how it can transform yours. Once we start decluttering our lives and filling the space with gratitude and virtue, there's one more habit that keeps our growth alive. One Marcus Aurelius held close until his final breath. Never stop learning. In the fast-moving chase, for success, it's all too easy to forget where real growth comes from. Not from titles, trophies, or public applause, but from something far simpler and far more powerful: continuous learning. Imagine if you treated each day as a fresh page in your personal book of wisdom. Not a day for just getting through the motions, but for expanding your mind, step by step, thought by thought. It's not about collecting degrees or stacking achievements. It's about cultivating a mindset, one that stays curious, open, and humble. Whether it's diving into a book on a topic you barely understand, listening to a podcast that challenges your perspective, or asking meaningful questions during a casual conversation, every moment becomes a classroom. Marcus Aurelius never saw age or status as a reason to stop learning. Picture him, an aging emperor wrapped in the responsibilities of rule, still taking time to learn from his teachers, scribbling thoughts in his journal, still thirsty for insight. His humility wasn't a weakness, it was a strength, a reminder that true greatness never says, "I've arrived." It says, "What else can I understand?" And that's the lesson for us. When you commit to lifelong learning, your mind stays sharp, your ego stays in check, and your sense of wonder stays alive. Every step forward becomes a step toward becoming someone wiser, more grounded, and more complete. So let's follow Marcus's lead. Be a lifelong student, explore the unfamiliar, let curiosity be your compass. 8. Forgive yourself and others, but even on this journey of growth, mistakes will happen, both ours and others. That's where the next vital habit enters: forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't just a kind gesture. It's a powerful Stoic habit that frees us to move forward, unburdened by guilt or resentment. Life is like a jigsaw puzzle. Some pieces slide into place with ease. Others, we try to force where they don't belong. We oversleep, say the wrong thing, make a poor choice, or someone we trusted lets us down. In those moments, the ability to forgive becomes the hinge between growth and emotional stagnation. Imagine this. You're late for a meeting because you didn't hear your alarm. The old version of you might spiral into self-blame all day, but the Stoic-inspired version? You own the mistake, you learn. Maybe next time, you set 2 alarms, and then you move on. That's self-forgiveness. It's giving yourself the same grace you'd offer a dear friend. And what about others? It's tempting to hold on to anger, to let resentment fester. But Marcus Aurelius, even when betrayed, looked for understanding. He knew that clinging to bitterness is like carrying a heavy backpack for miles. When you set it down, when you choose to forgive, you walk lighter. You breathe deeper. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't excuse wrongdoing. It simply means you're choosing peace over poison. So whether it's forgiving yourself or someone else, remember, it's not weakness, it's wisdom. And it leads to a life of emotional clarity and quiet strength. 9. Put your ideals into action. Now comes the true test of all this inner work, living your values. Marcus Aurelius didn't just talk about Stoic ideals, he embodied them. His life was proof that wisdom isn't meant to sit on shelves, it's meant to move through action. So what does that look like for us? It means being kind when no one's watching. It means choosing honesty, even when a lie would be easier. It means doing your work with care, not for applause, but because it's who you are. You don't need a crown or a crowd to influence the world. Every small act of integrity creates ripples. Every decision rooted in virtue shapes the environment. Around you, your family, your team, your community, this isn't about perfection. It's about the pursuit. You will stumble. You will fall short. That's human. But each time you choose to rise with integrity, you grow stronger. So don't just admire great values. Live them. Let your actions prove what your words believe. And to live your ideals fully, there's one more pillar you'll need. A quiet force that strengthens every choice you make. Discipline. Let's explore how mastering this one habit can solidify everything you've built so far. So far, we've explored how growth begins with knowledge and blossoms when we align our ideals with action. But even the most disciplined path can be disrupted. What then? 10. Restore. Your balanced life is a dance. At times, we move gracefully with the rhythm. Other times, we stumble, clumsy, out of step, uncertain. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, understood this well. He didn't speak of perfection. He spoke of resilience. Imagine life as music. Some days, every note flows. Other days, we miss a beat. But here's the truth. It's not about never faltering. It's about tuning back in. Think of a musician. If their instrument goes out of tune, they don't throw it away. They adjust, gently and patiently. You missed a workout? Tune in again tomorrow. Lost your temper with someone you love? Apologize. Start fresh. The stumble doesn't define you, your return to rhythm does. Marcus once wrote, paraphrased, "When you rise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to love." That's not just poetic, it's practical. Every sunrise is a chance to begin again. To live with rhythm means embracing your humanity, not hiding your flaws, but learning from them. Your growth isn't a straight line. It's a spiral. Some steps forward, some back, but always moving upward. In today's world, this rhythm matters more than ever. A project at work didn't turn out how you hoped? Reflect, adjust, move forward. Said something in anger? Understand it. Make it right. Skipped your healthy habits? Re-engage. No guilt, just presence. This habit, returning to your rhythm, is at the heart of Stoic resilience. It's the quiet confidence that says, I can begin again. It's the joy of being fully alive in the present moment, even after failure. Because let's be honest, it's not about avoiding every fall. It's about how quickly, how mindfully you choose to get back up. And that brings us to the close of our journey with Marcus Aurelius, a journey through wisdom, discipline, forgiveness, focus, and balance. If this message stirred something in you, even a small spark, remember, this is only the beginning. Your path to greatness is unfolding right now, and we're honored to walk it with you. Now we want to hear from you. What part of Stoicism has helped you most? What challenge are you currently facing that this philosophy might help guide you through? Drop it in the comments. We read everyone. If this video resonated, hit like to support the channel and subscribe with the bell turned on so you won't miss what's next. Coming up, we're diving into practical Stoicism, real life, tools you can apply today. No fluff, no theory, just timeless wisdom translated into modern life. So stay tuned, stay grounded, and always remember, true greatness isn't about reaching a destination. It's about walking the journey with courage, clarity, and compassion. Thanks for being part of this growing Stoic community. See you in the next one. Next.